Yizzo, what's Gucci? You see the T? FlyTeesForYou.com. Vintage hip hop. Vintage. Can't get it anywhere else. I'll put the link in the description. Donald Trump, let's talk about him. He's still banned on all social media platforms. Can you believe this? A president. Banned. Leader of the free world. Banned from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What else? Pinterest, which I don't understand that. Pinterest. YouTube, Google. And yeah, they're not lifting the bans up on him at all. And it's weird because Facebook doesn't even have a policy in which they can explain why anybody will be banned for this long. It's not in their terms and agreements and all that. You can be blocked on Facebook for what, I think 30 days or something like that for conduct issues. But nobody's ever been banned for this long on Facebook. And they don't even know how to explain it. When they try to, it just sounds like just nonsense. Twitter, he has a lifetime ban. A Donald Trump profile popped up on Twitter a couple of days ago. Bing, immediately, expeditiously, banned it. And they pat themselves on the back, like, oh, we're doing a great thing for the people. We're not going to let this man come back on our platform to spread his evil message. Whatever. It still shows 4 months later, even though you got your president, you won the election, you got your president, and his poll numbers are through the roof, and the country's moving in the right direction, but you're still worried about Donald Trump. That shows me that you guys are very weak. You are still terrified of Donald Trump to this day. He is the boogeyman to the Democratic Party, social media, and mainstream news. He's the boogeyman. He's Kaiser Sose. When they hear his name, the wind goes past their ears, and the hairs on the neck raises. You say, go next to a Democrat and say Donald Trump. Whisper in the ear, Donald Trump. Watch how they react. Yeah, they're gonna jump. They are scared of him, terrified. Why? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to break it down for you the best way I can. Donald Trump became president. He beat Hillary Clinton. I mind you, this man had no political experience whatsoever. He was not a senator. He wasn't a congressman, representative, city council, PTA, none of it. Playboy billionaire. Said I want to run for president. I think I know what's best for this country. Ran on a platform, kind of like, put America first. Kind of get rid of these nonsense agendas and let's get this country back to where it once was. The other side took it as a racist stance, and he wants to get the good old boys back in charge. And they took the "Make America Great Again" slogan and turned it into some white supremacy. I couldn't understand that part for the life of me, because I'm like, don't you live in America? Don't you want America to be great again? Like, be great at all times? It's like they want us to take a back seat and let some other people get ahead of us to level the playing field. I don't understand. I didn't understand that, but it is what it is. He ran on that slogan. A lot of people was feeling it. A lot of people. And it's not just white people that were feeling that message. Black people too, Latinos, Asian. Yeah. This country was headed into a direction that nobody wanted. So somebody had to come in and fix it. All right. So Donald Trump came in, he beat Hillary Clinton. And it's ironic because Donald Trump actually represents the American dream. Remember what we used to tell the kids when they were young? What do you want to be when you get older? I want to be the president. Well, you can be whatever you want to be in this great country called America if you work hard. That's Donald Trump. That's it. He's the American dream. Yeah, he did it. He did it. Hands down. So he won. He's in office now. Apparently, in his 4 years in office, he was the worst president ever. According to them. Worst president ever. Worst president. Did nothing good in 4 years. Well, 3.5 years, because we had a whole scamdemic to deal with the last 6 months of his presidency. You heard me right. But, yeah, he was the worst president ever. Didn't do anything good at all in 4 years. 3.5. Does that even make sense? How could you be a president and not do not one thing that your opposing side would consider a good deed? Nothing? That makes you a hater, in my opinion. A hater, bona fide hater. If you don't have not one, you couldn't even tell me one good thing he did in 4 years. He did nothing at all. But still, with him being the worst president ever, according to them, he still managed to get 75 million votes, which is the second most in the history of this country after Joe Biden's votes. But Donald Trump's votes weren't contested. Nobody ever said Trump didn't get those damn votes. They never said it. Never said it at all. His votes was on the record, stand-up votes, honorable votes, right? So does that make sense? Worst president ever, but managed to get so many votes. Right. So it doesn't make any sense at all. But 3.5 years, country was booming. Booming. You don't know about it because they kept telling you how bad of a president he was. But if you was in the know, like I am, I hate being woke, country was booming. Unemployment for minorities was the lowest it's ever been. Blacks and browns. Lowest it's ever been. Even Obama couldn't do it. He did prison reform, all types of stuff he did. Businesses were bringing their companies back to the country because the tax rates were lowered. We were seeing more money on our paychecks. Not a lot, not a big, but it was something. It was something, right? And you're trying to figure out ways to lower taxes even more, to get more money into our pockets, get businesses booming, more people getting hired, right? People had a lot of money in their pockets. Like it was a good time. Then the scamdemic happened. Yeah. Cities decided to lock themselves down, and we're gonna blame Trump for everything. We're gonna blame Trump for the unemployment numbers that spiked. What did you expect was gonna happen when you lock your city down and people can't go to work? Of course, the unemployment rate is gonna skyrocket. That's common sense. And it was intentional, in my opinion. My opinion, it was intentional. They did it because the election was coming up and they wanted Donald Trump to look very bad. It worked for a while, but then the country started booming again. Started picking up steam, even during the pandemic. Even though these cities were still locking down, major cities, Cali, New York, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Michigan, right? They were locking down. It's like locking down. And on top, New York and California alone, once they lock down, that is like 33% of the country as far as business and tech industries and all of that. So once those two decide to lock down, that is always going to mess things up for the rest of the country. It just is. There's so many people in those two cities and states and they control a lot of money for obvious reasons. New York and California, you kidding me? And they're both on the very end, on the other side of the country. One is here, one is in the east, one is in the west. So you lock those down, yeah, you're going to mess things up for a lot of people. And it worked for a while, but I said the economy started booming again. Right? So, but that's not what had the other side shook. It was when Donald Trump started doing these rallies, right? Now, I remember these rallies because we had a scamdemic. They had you scared to leave the house. They didn't want you to leave for any reason. And if you did leave, make sure you buy up all the toilet paper and the paper plates and the cups. I still to this day do not understand what the toilet paper had to do with anything. But yeah, I would go to the side store. I would go to the store and be mad because all the toilet paper will be gone. And I'm sitting there like, yo, why on earth do you need 90 rolls of toilet paper? What do you think is going to happen? Are you going to start eating the paper? What are you doing? You going to start cooking the paper? Why are you buying up all the toilet paper? I never understood it. I would go to gas stations and had to pay $4 for a roll of toilet paper. That's ridiculous. Anyway, they didn't want you. They didn't want you to leave your house. Wanted you to just stay there. Had everybody scared. I saw people in cars by themselves with a mask on. People jogging by the riverfront with a mask on, by themselves with a mask on. I look at them like, I hope you pass out. Dang, just silly. But anyway, it was working. People were scared to death. They want to leave the house. They want to catch the Rona. But Donald Trump was out there having these rallies, and Every rally he had, now mind you, he's doing two to three rallies a week all over the country. He's on tour. He's basically on tour. 50 to 100,000 people would show up at these rallies. Yeah. And it's not like come here, Donald Trump speak from 6 to 8 at the auditorium. No. This was an all-day thing. All day, like a festival. People lined up around the block hoping to get in, not even knowing if they're going to get in or not or be allowed in minutes, because 50 to 100,000 people. And there's no way you could social distance that. It's impossible. 50,000, impossible. But it was like a big tailgate party. Wherever he went through was like a tailgate party, and it was all people. Not just white people. It was black people there. It was Latino. It was Asians. And the media tried to play it like, oh, how could he? He doesn't care about the people. These are super spreader events. Look, they're not even, some of them aren't wearing masks, and they're not social distancing. They wasn't trying to hear none of it. None of it. None of it. So I actually took time out to actually watch a few of these rallies, and I say this. I felt it. I felt that energy from my TV screen. I felt it. I wish I could have been at some of these rallies, because just the energy at these rallies was legitimate love and admiration for Donald Trump. Yeah, you could feel it just by watching it. The man was on stage. He was cracking jokes. He was the message he was still spreading. Like, people really believed it. It was real. It was a real movement. Now they were mad about that because a politician could never receive that from the people. They could never receive that kind of love and admiration that Trump supporters were feeling for him. They could never get it, and they were jealous of it because they know a politician is a crook and a thief by design. That's just what they are. We're trained now that when they speak, we don't even listen to them. We basically just vote for them because we have to vote for somebody. But we don't believe in them. We don't sit there and like, oh man, he's a great, nah. Like, I don't want to have a beer with, like, who would you rather have a beer with? A politician or Donald Trump? Seriously. If a politician was having a party or Donald Trump was having a party, which one would you go to? I'm going to Trump's. I'm going to be what, in a room full of stiffs? Empty suits? Nah, I'm going over here where I know I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to meet some dope people. Yeah, we're going to get it popping. And that upset them the most because at these rallies, like I said, it was legitimate. I felt it through the TV screen like, yeah, that's my man right there. He gets it. He gets it. He wasn't complicated. He wasn't using these big words and all of that. 50 to 100,000 people would show up at these rallies. Rain, sleet, snow, didn't matter. They'd be in the rain for 9-10 hours, waiting to go hear Donald Trump speak. They will never understand that because they lost it. They don't have they're no longer in touch with the common man anymore. They're so busy being elitists and trying to dominate and control that they have lost touch with the common man. Donald Trump, he's been the same his whole life. He was never called a racist before he ran for president. Even the black celebrities, if you go to Google and you type in black celebrities Donald Trump and click on images, all the famous black people who call him racist took pictures with this man. Went to his parties, yeah, like this, like the bros. Like, it wasn't like a forced picture, like, oh, nah. It was like, yo, Trump, yeah. But he's president. Now he's the biggest racist in the history of the world. Whatever. But yeah, so I started watching these rallies, and each one was like, it's just getting better. And it was like, just insane to see. Because even at his age, and he's doing 2 to 3 rallies a week. And it's the same turnout, 50 to 100,000 people. And then you look at the other side. You see Joe Biden in his rally. 8 people. All in like little cubicles, spaced out 6 feet apart from each other. Social distancing. Or him talking, there's a bunch of cars in the background, honking their horns. What in the earth? That's a rally. You in your car, You don't even, they never even showed you the cars. It could have been a machine that they do for like when you watch a show and they got the people with the machine, you press a button and it makes the audience laugh and clap. It could have been that at a Joe Biden rally. They never showed the cars. You just heard horns honking. Like what? How are you even hearing him? But that be his rally. Like, what's the point? Why not just do a Zoom meeting? Like, do it on. Why have 8 people just risk their lives to come hear you speak about nothing? Hear you forget what city you're in. You're on stage. You don't even know why you're on the stage. You just like old man Joe. But yeah, these rallies were getting bigger and building momentum. And the media, one, they wouldn't even show you the footage of the crowds at a Trump rally. And two, they were trying to knock it like, oh no, he's a mean man because he wants to put people's lives in jeopardy. But they knew, like I knew, like, and you had to see the crowds. Like, it's unbelievable. I've never seen. Maybe Obama his first term, because that was something different too. But this was even more different than that, because this was genuine excitement. This was excitement. This was like, yeah, we ready. These people were ready to go vote immediately. Like, he had it. And like I said, a politician can't get that from the people anymore. They lost it. When I hear politicians speak now, I just turn the channel. Trump, I listen to Trump speak. I could listen to Trump speak for an hour. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna agree with him. I'm probably disagree with him too. But at least whether I agree with him or not, I know he believes what he says. He means what he says. Yeah, we don't have that anymore in politics. They're all lies and crooks. But yeah, those rallies, that's what shook things up, and they started realizing, like, we can't have this anymore. We can't have people admiring a man who's really about change. We want them to need us, not believe in us. You feel me? That makes sense? Anyway, that's why they're still scared of Donald Trump, because of that. And they know if he gets back on the platform, yeah, it's going to be hard for them to start try to control us like they want to. Because, yeah, you got a real boss on the other side. And unfortunately, it's probably going to stay this way, but we'll see. 2024 might be an interesting time too, because he could run again. But I hate being woke. That's my burden, not yours. Like, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, and be safe out there. I'm out.